Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of What the Hall Radio Voice. I've been up and down these streets over the last 29 days, and here is a roundup of newness that you may want to seek out. Let's go. So this month is going to be a longer episode only because I bought quite a bit of stuff that I want to share with you, and I have lots and lots of thoughts. But sidebar first, new piece of music came up in my YouTube recommendations, Tierra Whack 27 Club. When you search what that means, it'll all kind of make sense. This is probably one of the most emotive and devastating, heart-wrenching piece of music I've heard in such a long time. I was like beside myself. I feel like if you're not in the right headspace, this song it could take you out. But shout out to the Gen Z, for being able to express these sorts of feelings and these thoughts. I mean, growing up, I think, especially in hip hop and R&B, there wasn't that much introspective type of music. Closest thing that comes to mind in terms of something that paints such a heartbreaking picture would be I Don't Even Know You When I. That would have been something that was equally as devastating. By the time you got to the end of the song, you were like, and this is very much in your face. I'm going through depression. Here's what it is. Cool video. Love her energy. She's giving me a female version of Andre Benjamin. You see the cover art. Yeah, she's got like a Pierrot sort of thing happening. Very melancholic. At What the Hall, we like Tierra Whack. I'm done with that tangent. So let's talk about the newness. All right, so first, we're going to talk about the L'Occitane Artichoke range. So it's 2 items, and this is something that was available in other markets last year, but only recently became available in Canada. These products are meant to be for massage. They're supposed to be firming. They're supposed to give the skin a feeling of lightness, smoothness. When you go to the L'Occitane, you'll see multiple creams that come in the same sort of form factor. You have the Immortelle in the gold, and that's the product that's targeted towards somebody probably older and has more aging concerns. And then you have the classic almond range. It's really just a light moisture. It's a rung below the shea butter. I think it's a lighter texture than the amande. This is supposed to help with slimming. I like the exfoliant. It's a nice fresh gel texture, and it has sugar granules. And the moisturizer, it's very slippery. It's very light. The smell is incredible. In tandem with this, you have a gua sha tool, and in other markets, they also have a dietary supplement that's supposed to aid in digestion. I think these sorts of products are really doing like a 360. If you have realistic expectations and you know that your diet and your exercise are the 2 things that are doing all the heavy lifting, having these sorts of products, there's no harm in it. It's just kind of reinforcing and adding on to that lifestyle. Whether you buy into it or not, sign me up. I can get on board with it. Next up, from Guerlain, they've come out with the Abeille Royale Double Clarify and Repair Essence and Cream. If you're familiar with the Abeille Royale, I believe it's now going into its 10th year. The thing that anchors this entire collection is that everything is based in honey, royal jelly. They source their ingredients from some remote area in Corsica. You can go into their marketing. Interesting concept, and it's quite a far-reaching collection. They now have hair products, and they've come out with these 2 new products, the Essence and the Cream. Point of difference between the other Abeille Royale products is that these 2 are for pigmentation. These 2 products are rich in glycolic and rich in vitamin C. The essence is fine. It's very watery. It's everything that I expected. It has a slight sort of iridescence to it. The cream, it's not really a full cream. It's more of a lotiony texture, and it's in the same 50 ml container that you find in all the other Abeille moisturizers, and so it is refillable. So if you're somebody who was using a previous Abeille moisturizer, once you finish that off, you may just buy the refill in this one and using your existing lid. I have no issue with fragrance. In fact, I love fragrance in my skincare. It's icing on the cake. Not all skincare products that are fragrant are the same. In the copy for this product, it really ticked all the boxes, but it was so suffocating and so overwhelming that in fact, I did have a reaction to it. In some of the earlier videos from last month, it was very noticeable, and you'll see in the B-roll that like there is a bit of redness in my forehead. And I wanted to attribute it to, there's a Laotian slash Thai restaurant that I go to, you know, get some veggie spring rolls and a pad thai. But, you know, I eat scrimps and prawns every so often. I don't have any seafood allergies. I'm confident that it has to be the Guerlain. I think ages ago, I would have used Midnight Secret, Midnight Recovery, whatever comes in that blue tube, but I've never been a Guerlain customer. I'm confident that this product and me, we don't gel. That said, I also was given a couple of samples of the watery oil. It's less fragrant than the rest of the skincare, and it was a really nice, thin, fresh texture, but the cream and the essence definitely won't be revisiting that. For fragrances, no problem. For skincare, not for me. And then the next thing, and this is not necessarily new, but it seems to be having a resurrection almost, Salt and Stone, and they have these little discovery packs. Got the one in Hinoki and Black Roses, baby. Last month I did a video about aluminum-free deodorants, and so that was the initial draw to this brand. Places like Over the Rainbow, Gravity Pope, Want Les Essentials, you know, those sorts of brick and mortar one-off boutiques that have really cool brands like Acne and Abeille, they will sell this brand, but they won't have the full assortment. I recently ran out of all of my Osmanthus Aqua de Parma stuff, and so this brand was really speaking to me. So where Necessaire talks about having high-quality, natural, skin-friendly bath and body products, and Byredo is really centered on having beautiful fragrances for your bath and body that will elevate your fragrances, this is really hitting that gap. The shower gel is got B3, it's got really good quality ingredients, same with the lotions, and the textures are incredible. The shower gel is very thick, it foams up very light and produces lots of lather. The body lotions, very thick, they feel quite rich, they absorb very quickly, and your skin feels really comfortable and very relaxed. Now the deodorants, there's two formulations. In these kits that I picked up, these are the extra strength deodorants, so they're a little bit gritty, they're a little bit chalky. This is early, I don't really have any sort of conclusive observations to make at this stage. They seem to be holding up and doing a good job. I had a shower this morning with the Black Rose, and it's doing a good job. They also have deodorant gels, which are for sensitive skin, and I think will be comparable to the Melanin Gets. I love this Bergamot and Hinoki fragrance. Hinoki is a Japanese cypress. Think of the amenities that you would find at a very nice hotel. L'Occitane Verbena, Aqua de Parma Cologne, Bulgari Thé Blanc. It's in that same vein. The Black Rose and Oud fragrance, I'm very conflicted about this one. It reminds me of Alexander McQueen My Queen fragrance. It's a very old one. If you know it, you know it. It's more ambery than it is oud. When I think of oud, I always think of the Diptyque Oud candle, or the VCA has an incredible oud fragrance. When you spray it, it's almost a little tart, which is why I think about that old Alexander McQueen fragrance. And then lastly, this month, we found an absolute banger. We found a 10 out of 10. I need you to go to the pharmacy and scoop this up ASAP. Biore UV Aqua Rich Weightless Moisturizer in the Factor 30, made in Canada for all the Western markets. Target, Superdrug, Priceline, whatever that chain is in Australia, Kmart. I'm somebody who buys really expensive sunscreen, just really expensive skincare broadly, right? My absolute favorite sunscreens in the last 2 years have been the ones from Charlotte Tilbury and from Dermalogica, and this is right up there. Biore is owned by Cow. They own Abeille, Molten Brown, Suku, Jergens, and Curel. So this is something that they've done in the past, where with Curel, they took their existing range of Japanese products and introduced them to the UK, and now they've taken their existing best-selling sunscreen from Japan and offered it to the rest of like the English-speaking world, right? I don't necessarily need an SPF 50, especially right now as it still is winter in the Northern Hemisphere. I have a natural UV filter built into my skin. That might be something that I'll gravitate towards in the summertime. Smells nice. It smells slightly lemony. The texture is phenomenal. So it's not quite a cream and it's not a fluid. It's got that hydration built into it. If you wanted to, you could use this on its own. I put on layers and layers and layers, as you see in the B-roll. I think I did about 3 applications. They say that you're supposed to do a line down your index and your ring finger, and that's supposed to be how much sunscreen one needs to get proper protection. I'm confident that I put on more than what is required, and it never pilled. It didn't get stuck in my facial hair. It wasn't ashy. quality. It just
This is
was
excellent.
perfection. On sale, all in with the taxes and everything, it worked out to about maybe $16, $17. So a very moderate price point. It's 50 mils. It's a high sun protection. It does have alcohol, which is why it absorbs so easily and it has that freshness to it. But it didn't irritate my skin. I told every one of my friends,
It's not
scoop
ashy.
it up. I
This is
am
very
incredibly
impressive. This is
surprised
so
at how
impressive. Look.
absolutely phenomenal this product is. You need to get your hands on it. So with that said, that's this month's roundup. If you've purchased any of these or if you have any further questions, leave them in the comments. Thumbs up, thumbs down. The choice is yours. Please subscribe. Much appreciated. Thank you for listening. Thank me for speaking. And I will catch you in the next one. Adios.